Hello and welcome back to our study of Peninei Halacha, the teachings of Rabbi Eliezer Melamed, Shlita. Coming to an end of another week of learning. Appreciate everyone joining us on the journey. We continue to learn for the zechus of the Hachayal Yonatan, brave soldiers in the IDF, Refuah Sheleimah, for all those who need return of all of our hostages. And again, our learning dedicated specifically, please add into your Tefillot, Hachayal Yonatan Yitzchak ben Ateret, injured very badly in Gaza and needs a Refuah Sheleimah, needs our Tefillot. In the next chapter, Avas Haaretz. Mehatorah lamanu, ki yesh laharich es haaretz hatova lahodos l'Hashem aleha. From the Torah we learned that we have to place a value and we have to put great value on the beautiful land that Hashem has given us and to give thanks. Shene'emar ki Hashem alekecha meviacha el eretz tova, eretz nachle mayim ayanosu tahamos yotzim b'bika v'har, eretz chita se'or gefen te'ein rimon, eretz zeit shemen udvash, eretz asher lo b'miskenus tu'chava lechem lo sechsar kalba, eretz asher avaneha barzal maharet tachsov nechoshes, v'chalta v'savata uveirachta es Hashem alekecha al haaretz hatova asher nasalach. Psukim and Devarim, which describe in great detail the beauty of the land of Israel, the 7 species, but at the end it says you have to eat, be satisfied, and then uveirachta. You have to bless Hashem for all the goodness that He has given you. Many times, we don't pay attention to the simple meaning that comes from these verses. The basic yesod, the basic principle that we have to learn here from these verses is the Torah is teaching us simply that we have to love the land of Israel, and as a result, and through this, we will give thanks to Hashem over the beauty of the land of Israel. Misupar b'Talmud, the Gemara in Ksubas tells us, Daf Kuf Yud Beis Amud Aleph and Amud Beis, Sherebi Abba, kasher haya magia legvula shel Eretz Yisrael, haya menashekes avodeh merov chibas haaretz. The Rabbi Abba, when he came to the border of Israel, he would kiss the stones because he had such love of Israel. Reb Chia bar Gamda hayim mizgolel ba'afara merov chibasa. And Reb Chia bar Gamda, he would roll around in the dust and the dirt because he loved the land so much. L'kayim masher de'amar, atasa kum terachem tzion ki'es l'chanana kiva moed, ki ratzu avadechas avoneha ves afara yichonenu. The first pasuk we're familiar with probably from the Slichos and from the songs, but at the end of the pasuk in Tehillim, Ki ratzu avadechas avoneha, your servants, they wanted their stones and the dirt. Again, this is part of giving thanks and appreciating every aspect. V'chein Kasav HaRambam, and the Rambam writes in Hilchas Malach in Perek Hey, Halacha Yud, Gedolei HaChachamim hayu menashkin al tchumei Eretz Yisrael, u'menashkin avoneha miskagelim ba'afara, v'cheinu omer ki ratzu avadechas avoneha v'esafara yichonenu. The Rambam relates very similarly based on these Gemaras that great scholars in Israel, they used to kiss the borders of Israel, they would kiss the stones, they would roll around in the dirt to show their love. If we had to put this sort of in modern day terms, or not so modern anymore, it used to be, I'm sure those of us who are my age and older will remember that when we used to fly to Israel, that they didn't have direct gates that went into the terminal. You had to walk down the stairs of the plane onto the tarmac, and then you used to get on these buses and go to the old terminal. And then you would check into the land of Israel. And people, when they would come off the plane, and even though it was stained with all sorts of diesel fuel and oil, whatever, but people would get on their hands and their knees, and they would kiss the ground of Israel, showing chibas haaretz, and that's the same principle. Sometimes we yearn for those days, we long for those days when we could actually touch the ground and kiss it. So we have other places we could show the appreciation, but I mean, the first moment that you come into Israel, I'm sure everyone's had that moment. L'chari yesh lishol, the Rav continues, so we can ask, Madur kasav Rambam masios elu b'sefer halacha shola. If the Rambam is writing a sefer on halacha, why is he telling stories? What law are we learning relating a story about rabbis who kissed the ground, rolled around in the dirt? It would seem that these types of incidents are better placed in a book of Musar and not in a book of halacha, of Jewish law. Ella, we learn something great from this halacha. That one has to love the land of Israel. It's not enough just to live there or to know the value of the land of Israel, but one also has to love the land, the greatness, the holiness, and the goodness of the land of Israel. V'chein matzina shegdol Yisrael, b'meshach hagalos sharu shirei ga'aguim v'kisifim l'Eretz Yisrael. We find that so many of the great Torah scholars, throughout the duration of exile, they sang songs of longing and appreciation and love for the land of Israel. Naskir shiros achados mishur shel gadol mashom Rabbi Yehuda Halevi, Tzion Halit Shali. So he quotes from Rabbi Yehuda Halevi, the great Paitan. We read much of him during Slichas, particularly on Tisha B'Av as well. But this is the Kina on Tisha B'Av of Tzion Halit Shali. Tzion, I seek you, I'm asking for you. I'll just read through it, but you can get the idea of it. Tzion Halit Shali Lishlom Asirayich, Dorshei Shlomech Vehem Yeser Adarayich, Miyam Mizrach Mitzafon V'Seimon Shalom Rachok V'Karov, Si Mikol Avarayich B'Shlom Asir Ta'ava, Nosein Dema'av Ketal Chermon Menechsaf Liritam Al Hararayich, Livkos Anuseich Anisanim, Ve'esachalom Shiva Shivuseich, Ani Chinor L'Shirayich, Mi Yitaneni Mishotet B'Makamos, Asher Niglu Elohim L'Chazayich V'Tzirayich, Mi Aseli Kenafayim V'Archik Nidod, Ani Liv Yisrael V'Avi Ben B'Sarayich, Apol Apai Alei Artzeich V'Artel V'Anaich Mo V'Chanin Es Hafarayich, Yin'am L'Navshel Loch, Arom V'Yachef Alei Chavro Shemama, Asher Hayu D'Virayich, Ashrei Mechakev Yagia V'Yireh Alos Arech V'Yivaku Alav Shecharayich, Lir'os B'Tovas B'Chirayich V'Alos B'Simchaseich B'Shuvech Elei Kadmas Neurayich. This is just part of the piyut, which will even come on Tisha B'Av when we talk about this in detail, but obviously with the rhyming couplets, etc. But Shivas Tzion and longing for the beauty of the land itself. You'll also notice probably for the applicability in modern day terms, the line that says Ani Kinor L'Shirayich. Ani Kinor, of course, thinking about Naomi Shemer and Yerushalayim Shel Zahav. And the Rav concludes this chapter, V'od Mispar Shuras Mishir Acheren, from another one of his songs. Rabbi Yehuda Halevi writes, Yifei Nof Misos Tevel Kiriyah L'Melech Rav, Lach Nisefar Navshim Pa'asei Ma'arav, Hamon Rachamayim Chmar, Ki Ezker Akedem, Kevodech Hasher Galav Anavech Hasher Charav, Umid Ine Kanfei Nisharim, Ad Araveh B'di Masi Afarech V'Isarav, Halo Asavanayich Achonen V'Eshakem, V'Tam Rigavayich Levhi Mideva Sherav. Such beautiful words from the Rav, from Rabbi Yehuda Halevi, about his longing for the land of Israel, even though it's desolate, waiting for it to be grown, to flourish once again, which we have seen in our times. He says, I can't wait to kiss her stones and to feel the sweetness like honey of the land of Israel. So that's certainly something we should think of often. We should never take it for granted when we have the opportunity to go to the land of Israel. So let's book those trips soon. And thank God our shul taking a trip. We're now in the month of February, so we're only a couple weeks away from that trip. But thank you again for joining us. Wishing everybody a peaceful and restful Shabbos. Please continue davening for the Chayalei Yisrael, Refuah Sheleimah L'Am Yisrael, a safe return of all the hostages, and particularly for Hachayal Yonatan Yitzchak ben Ateret, Refuah Sheleimah. Wish you all Shabbat Shalom, and we'll see you here next time. Thanks so much for listening. Have a great day.